Okay, women, rich risings. So I don't think that collectively we understand that at this day and age, okay, starting 2 days ago, there is a new world order, okay? The world is feminine, all right, quite literally. But I need y'all to understand that there is spiritual warfare going on. And I've been on my spiritual journey for a while now, and I'm realizing that who you think you're in a spiritual warfare with, you're not. You're in a spiritual warfare with people that you're not even aware of. And we think it may be race, we think it may be sizes or different women, but in all actuality, y'all, this war that is currently taking place is a war amongst men versus women. And it's not saying, oh, physically speaking, we're physically fighting. This is why it's spiritual warfare, because people aren't understanding. Well, if you're not aware, then obviously we won't know as women that there's a war going on. And in terms of men speaking of this war, they speak in terms of the game. Like, this is a game, that they're playing with women. And I'm reading right now, Smith and Doe, What Men Don't Want Women to Know. And I just been reading this. I started reading this yesterday, and today I'm on page 64. I don't want to, read it too quick because I have thoughts that come up when I'm reading. But here is something that I was reading because I woke up at 7 o'clock and I opened up my phone and I just begun reading. It says, if men didn't need women for unloading, which means coming, if men didn't need women for unloading, reproduction, and a comfortable place for pit stops, they would get rid of them all together. I just want to stop there because I just want to know where the fuck men get this audacity from. Like, it's like this is no shade to Smith and Doe, because obviously they men as well, but it's like I don't get where y'all get this audacity from to even have this thought perspective, when in all actuality, if a woman wasn't here, you wouldn't be here either. Like, you're talking about you will get rid of us all together, and this is in the minds of 90.99% of men roaming this globe today. So you saying if you didn't need to have sex, if you did not need to reproduce and create a child, if you didn't need a comfortable place for a pit stop, my breath was just taken away. A comfortable place for a pit stop. 3 things. You wouldn't have women here. You would get rid of us all together. But here's why you can't get rid of us all together, sir. Because you and another man can't procreate. So therefore, there is no life. You have no existence without a woman. I don't think that you understand this. And on the other hand of that, what men don't understand is Mother Gaia is feminine. So you saying you would get rid of women altogether, but you're not understanding that the woman is literally Mother Gaia in physical form. Who's gonna provide and protect for you? And this is what I'm saying, because in our head, these men are the providers and protectors of our security, of our love, our affection, taking care of the household. But in all actuality, niggas don't think like this. Men do not think like this. Women, we have begun to praise men in our fucking head. These men are the saviors. They're gonna help us. We gonna build strong communities with them. In all actuality, men look at us like we're fucking peasants. Like, men are looking at us like, oh, we're fucking desperate. Everything they can do anything and we will never fucking leave them. All they fucking do is fucking lie. And y'all, this is not me telling y'all this. This is shit that's coming out of a book written by a man. And a lot of women are gonna say, oh, this is not every man, because I've been that woman. I've been on that frequency. I've been on that comprehension level to say that, because I still wanna roll around in the sheets with a nigga. I still wanna play these games with a nigga. I still wanna ignore my intuition for a nigga. I still want to ignore the fact that I am God to bring myself to a lower standard, to a lower level, so these men could feel so they could feel like they're inferior. But in all actuality, in their head, they do not need us, and we're just there when they want to experience some type of ecstasy. It's like, this shit is whatever. But it says the musical, in the musical, Mr. Fair Lady, Professor Henry Higgins sings the famous song, "Why Can't Women Be More Like Men, Like a Man?" And I just want y'all to know, this is basically saying, it says right here, if most men weren't disgusted by the thought of another man's butt and were able to reproduce on their own, there would not be a double standard, because these men no longer need women at all. But I want y'all to understand, this is when Priscilla Clark says that men are looking to date men and women are looking to date women. That is the truth. Because as a woman, the characteristics that we think about in relationships towards men, it's something that you find in femininity, which is feminine energy. The characteristics, if you ask a man, what do he want from a woman, which is submission, that's the only thing that we give them that a man won't give them. Because with men, they all think that they were born to be fucking rulers, when all actuality, you were created by a ruler, and you can't take the ruler's place because you're too fucking big-headed. This is what men don't understand. They think that they have a natural claim here, and it's fucking pissing me off. Y'all created this fucking Bible to literally suppress feminine energy, to literally create a dynamic in life and relationships where men are dominant and women are submissive. But y'all forget that in nature, women are the dominant. We are the dominant energy. We are the dominant force. We are going to live. We are going to surpass y'all levels of consciousness. This is what we're doing on a daily, because all y'all, they think about physical power. They think they're superior to us because they're physical strength. But outside of that, what do you have, sir? Because outside of your physical strength, it's a woman behind you, cooking, cleaning, fucking, sucking, taking care of you, taking care of bills, doing etc. I'm not saying that that's the case for all fucking men, but let's be for real. Behind every great man, there's a what? Because in all actuality, there's been this facade created that women need men, men need women. And they have been utilizing that need and masking it as love in order for us to just sit the fuck down and shut up. And even doing so, like, it's crazy, because in all actuality, it's like people have been playing a game and we are so unaware because we do not know anything about a man. And honestly, even if we have a man in our household, majority of us haven't been told the basics as to what they learning. Like, being so fucking for real, as a woman, we think, oh, men do not have access to their feminine energy, so we'll be the woman to cultivate that and bring that out of them. But in all actuality, that's a fucking illusion. Men are content being in a masculine energy because there's the ego there. So men have to take it upon themselves to tap into their feminine energy. A woman not gonna put a man in his feminine energy. A man can't put a woman in her feminine energy. She resides there, and oftentimes she has to step outside of that role because she has a man in the house, but she the man. I'm like appalled, and it makes me feel like really bad about all of the advice I would give to women. Like, before knowing what I know now, and before doing the research that I'm doing now on, women and men, masculine and feminine energy, like, before doing all this research, I feel like I have like told a lot of people to stay in places that do not serve them. Like, and it's because all I know is love. Like, this is all I seen in my household, regardless of how it looked: physical abuse, verbal abuse, neglect, this is what I saw growing up as love. So when I got older, I'm just like, well, you can change a person. You can as long as you changing yourself and you working on yourself, you can also help a person see that they can change themselves. These fucking men, they don't give a fuck about spirituality. They don't give a fuck about what you going through or what you healing. It's personal. This shit is personal. And it's like a lot of women aren't going to receive this message. A lot of women are not going to hear me for what I'm saying, because you comfortable with thinking that this person cares about your feelings. You're comfortable with thinking that somebody's not doing the shit that you don't think that they doing. We sitting on our phones talking to our friends, oh, my man will never do that. My man is this. My man is that. In all actuality, this is not your man. This is a person roaming this earth that you have rented. And just because you rented him don't mean he can't be rented by somebody else at the same time. And it's just like, this shit is just, women, we have passed the point where we just gonna stay because of the history. Where we just gonna stay because of this or stay because of that. Y'all, if you get the slightest motherfucking hint that you need to get the fuck away from somebody, that's what the fuck you need to do. And I already know, like, people in relationships, y'all not gonna want to hear this shit. Like, I had thought about it last night. Like, I'm sending my sister Princella videos. My sister is with my brother. My sister, she's not my real sister, obviously, but she goes with my brother. She not thinking about leaving him alone. And I'm not trying to push that. I'm not trying to force that onto her, because at the end of the day, everybody gonna live their own lives. And like I said, people in relationships, they're content with where they at. So most of y'all not gonna hear shit that I'm saying, like, honestly. But in all actuality, it's like, this is a disease. The mental thought process of a man is a fucking disease. Like, how do y'all sit around here and think like this? And then you sitting here telling us in the book, oh, don't get mad at him. It's not his fault. He just a man. This is they fucking excuse for everything, that they're men. And honestly, women, this is our excuse for them too. Oh, men are more logical. So this is, since the Bible has been on the fucking table, before the damn Bible got placed on the table, somewhere in time, women have forgotten their place. And the Bible added to that, because the Bible is basically suggestive programming. And people don't understand that the Bible was written by men. So you have all these women that worship this word. You have all these men that worship this word, because ultimately men want to feel that they're empowered. And women want to feel like they have somebody in power that's greater than them. And I honestly feel like because they created a concept of a God outside of themselves that is masculine, because people refer to God as a he, I feel like that gives women the authority to tell themselves to treat a man like a king. It basically paints this picture as to how they should look up to a man. And it's sick to me. It's really sick to me. And I just started reading this, so I know that when I read Princella Clark's book, 41 Shades of Men, I don't think I'm going to want anything to do with a man. At this current moment in time, I'm talking to a man. And yesterday, since I started reading this book, I don't really have much to say to him. I don't really know what to say to him. I don't even know if I want to talk to him. Like, it's like, if you start reading it, you will understand, because the things will start to, the little pieces, the puzzle pieces will start to jump in a place. You won't even have to pick them up and put them there. It's like, this is that point of your life when 2 + 2 starts to equal 6 and it makes sense to you. Like, I am appalled by the thought process. I'm appalled by the actions, because it's like we hold these men to this, we hold this men to integrity. Like, okay, you know, the facade of the physical appearance. This person is put together. This person is this person is that. This person don't lie to me. This person is compassionate. They care about my feelings. It's an act. And we see this every day because when it comes to romance, women are romantic. Men are not. And any act of romance done by a man is done out of thinking that it's something that he needs to do in order to keep a woman in line, in order to keep a woman in general. Because if they had it, if it was their way, they would not take you on no fucking dates. Most of them don't. I'm living fucking proof of that. They will not take you on no fucking dates. They would not cater to you. You would not fly and take no vacations, no staycations. And I want you to ask yourself, if you're a woman, before you get to, who is initiating y'all spending time together? Who's initiating these vacations? Who's initiating this, hey, let's meet up? Women. We consistently force ourselves onto a predator. Because in all actuality, this is what you don't understand. If you are on the ground and you are prey, you do not know that you prey until you see that motherfucking hawk swooping down to get you. Other than that, you minding your business, you just going to get your food, you doing your due diligence, however you pronounce it. And then boom, you hear that motherfucking bird coming in at you. Some of us don't even hear it. And that's how we get sucked in to a web of fucking lies until somebody shows you who the fuck they really are. And you looking at them like, who the fuck is this? And I know that it's real early to be unpacking this. But this is something that's been on my chest. It's been building up all fucking night. And I honestly feel like when I finish reading this, I'm going to go back to the start. And I am going to create documents about this. This is a document right here, but I'm going to upload this today. If you are a woman, you need to get ready. Because when Cat Williams started this shit at this same point in time last year, if that's what you agree with the calendar to be, and he started saying that lies was going to be exposed 2024, we still got a month left. And if you thought he was just talking about celebrities, you out of your fucking mind. And a lot of us are about to experience the sad truth because a lot of women, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't love other women. We do not build communities with other women. We don't have no foundation with other women. We cling to men, thinking that they're gonna support us. These men are literally in this book saying men have meetings with women in businesses where successful women are. The women who don't need no man to take care of their bills. Having meetings with successful men and women, and the women leave the room and men are laughing at them and making sexual jokes. That's sexual harassment in the workplace. This is what you're doing to a woman, because to a man, I don't think that women understand this. To a man, we are nothing but a piece of ass. This is what y'all not getting. And this is what I couldn't get myself. Because I still wanted to deal with them. I still wanted to create this fantasy in my head that this man was gonna give me some type of fucking fairy tale ending that I'm asking him for. Women, go create that fairy tale yourself. Create that fucking fairy tale yourself. Stop making excuses. Stop saying it's because of the kids. Stop saying it's because of this. Stop saying it's because of that. And I'm not saying that just because he's a man, that he's a fucked up individual, because I need to let y'all know something. Some of these men could possibly be good people, just like some women can. We not good just because we women. They not good just because they men. And I don't want to say that I don't want to get it twisted, because a lot of women are in their ego. And you gonna hear that, you gonna be like, oh yeah, he the problem, when you the problem. That's not the point. If you the problem, go fix yourself. If he the problem, go fix yourself. That's it. That's the end goal. The end goal should consistently be focusing on yourself. And if you can't be with this person and not focus on your own needs and not try to create no motherfucking version in your head of who he's supposed to be or place no expectations on him, you don't need to be with him. Because men are out for themselves. They don't have no intentions on creating nothing for women. It's about them. This is why I'm not saying the Bible is the reason, but this is why since the Bible has been created, women have been running around like chickens with their fucking head cut off. Because women do not know thyself. In the Bible, we think that knowing thyself is talking about these fucking men. I think in all actuality that men know that that God is a woman, and they have flipped every word in that Bible to benefit them. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I'm gonna just leave y'all with that. I need to do my face mask today. I'm just like, reading this book is like, you can't even get mad at the men who wrote it, because to pull that out of yourself, to speak about that, it's like, you can't say that. Now, they could be doing it, you know, I'm gonna tell what a man really do in order to paint that image that I'm a man who's for women. But in all actuality, they still a man. Either way it go, these are men with wives. And I'm wondering, after they put this out, do they still have wives? Because if that's the case, leading up to your whole fucking marriage, these men been playing games with you. This is what they basically telling women. This is what they telling their wives. Because if their wives read this book, they'll be thinking exactly what the fuck I'm thinking. This shit is not a game. And women, whether you prepare for spiritual warfare or not, it's a new world order. And you need to be on the battlefield ready to fight for your fucking self. Namaste, loves. Shit is getting serious.